Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post, another great Diecast review show brought to you by PlanBSales.com, fresh back after a trip to Martinsville Speedway, my favorite racetrack, and what a thriller, the STP 500. Well, it was a thrilling weekend if you're a Kyle Busch fan, no doubt about it. Now, what's interesting about Kyle, he has gone to Martinsville and raced 30 times prior to this weekend and never won. The only track on the tour where he had not, in NASCAR's three major tours competed at, where he had not won a race. Well, not only did he win the truck race on Saturday afternoon, but he stormed back and won the STP 500 on Sunday afternoon. So wins 1 and 2 in races 31 and 32 for Kyle Busch. And now they've got the problem. Where do you put two grandfather clocks in the house? I'm sure Kyle and Samantha will figure that out. So it was a big weekend for Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch Race Winning Diecast is available on PlanBSales.com. Again, that Kyle Busch race winner available for pre-order right now on PlanBSales.com. His 35th career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win. An interesting top 5 up at Martinsville Speedway. A.J. Allmendinger finished second. That is his best finish since way back in his first top 5 finish, actually, since way back that win in 2014 at Watkins Glen. So a great day for A.J. Allmendinger. How about our guy, Kyle Larson? We sponsor his sprint car. He stops by at Plan B Sales frequently, and he had a 3rd place run. Previously at Martinsville, his best finish was 19th. So he swapped out a 19th for a 3rd place run. We're real happy for Kyle Larson. Austin Dillon, a great day for Austin. We're going to talk a little bit more about him in just a little bit, but a great day for Richard Childress Racing. All 3 of the RCR cars, plus the Alliance car of A.J. Allmendinger in the top 10, and a strong day in the 5th spot for Brad Keselowski. The Penske Racing effort at Martinsville Speedway has certainly been better, and they wrapped it up with a 5th place run. The cool part about Martinsville is, well, everything's cool about Martinsville, but now we're kind of in this short track season. Yeah, I know we go to Texas this week, but the next 2 races, more short track racing at Bristol and at Richmond, so it is a fun part of the year in NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing. Now, we mentioned that great run by Austin Dillon with a 4th place finish at Martinsville. What a start to the season Austin is off to. He is 8th in the series point standings. 2 top 5 finishes, 1 at Las Vegas and this one at Martinsville. And I think what it says is Austin Dillon, Slugger Labby and that crew kind of have their arms around everything. The intermediate program's really, really good. The super speedways are always good at Richard Childress Racing, and they have to feel pretty good about the short track program after coming off that solid day up at Martinsville. You know, when you look at Austin's season, he averaged 21st in finishes last year, and through the first 6 races, he is averaging a 10th place finish now. Only 1 finish out of the top 11. That was a 24th place run at Auto Club Speedway, where, by the way, he won the pole position. Now, when we talk about Austin Dillon Diecast, we have right here the 2016 Diecast for Austin Dillon, and this is one of the rare ones that we actually have some Diecast in stock. So if you want the Austin Dillon Diecast, the Dow Chemicals car, whether you do it in the 124th scale, 164th scale, or special finishes, we do have some Austin Dillon 2016 Diecast available. We also have a lot of Austin Dillon 2015 and beyond Diecast available. You can go to PlanBSales.com, type in Austin Dillon up there in the upper right in the search engine, and you will find all of the great Diecast that you have. Now, stepping back to 2016 with Austin Dillon Diecast, we have the Dow car, and it looks like we may have a Cheerios car coming out a little bit later on. But the way things are in the Diecast world in 2016, this may be it for Austin Dillon. There are a number of cars that are not getting produced. The pre-orders are not coming in. And again, we stress to you, you want these cars, you have to pre-order them. If the pre-orders don't come in, then the car may not get produced. So right now, what we know with Austin Dillon is it looks like a Cheerios car down the line, and we know we have the Dow Chevrolet, that famous number 3 car for Austin Dillon. We know we have that, and as a matter of fact, we have it in stock right now at PlanBSales.com. Now let's get to our favorite part of the show. It's where we take your questions down below, and we are loving the conversation that we're having down below. A little later on the program here, we're going to have a question of the week for you. We want your answers down below, but we love your questions from down below. DHL Cup Series writes in and says, do you think Danica Patrick could possibly win this season and would make it into the chase? Looking at it right now, No. Now, I know we have super speedway races where Danica could step up and win a race, and she could make it into the chase. But right now, I'll be honest with you, the performance for Danica Patrick is not much different than what it's been in the past. She finds herself 26th in the point standings, so the idea that she's going to race forward up in the points and pass all of those teams, well, that doesn't look too likely. And you look at her average finishes over the last couple of years, she's been in that 23-24 range, and that's where she is this year. Yeah, she has 2 wrecks. She wrecked at Daytona and she got dusted up with Casey Kane at Auto Club Speedway, but right now I'm not seeing the speed out of Danica Patrick to race as far as points go up into a chase spot, so it's going to have to be a win. I think if we're looking at Danica Patrick winning, we're going to have to look at Talladega, Daytona, maybe the road course, but right now I'm not sure that I see Danica Patrick making it in to the 2016 chase. Next question is from Jackson Everything 123. How do you feel about the underdogs in the top 5 in points in the truck? Jackson, I love your question, and the reason I love your question is we get to talk about some young, talented drivers, because you are precisely right. We have got an interesting top 5 in the points. You said that in before the race at Martinsville. Well, after the race at Martinsville, it is still an interesting top 5. John Hunter Nemechek, the point leader, folks, this is the real deal. If he can get the stars aligned and continue to run a family team and find himself one of the top seats in NASCAR's Xfinity and Cup Series, John Hunter Nemechek is going to be a race-winning driver in all 3 series of NASCAR. The kid is that good. He leads the point standings. Parker Kligerman, who saw this coming? He picked up a ride in the number 92 truck. That 92 truck's been around good. It's a good truck. Black's Tire has sponsored it for years. They're great racers, but Parker Kligerman in that truck has them second in the points, and they are really excited to go full season with that team and just have a great run. The non-surprise in the top 5 is Timothy Peters. Timothy is such a rock in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Not a shocker that Timothy Peters is 4th in points. Now here's a shocker, Tyler Young. He has finishes of 6th, 13th, and 13th. If you would have asked me, Tyler Young in points after the 3rd race at Martinsville, I would have had him not in the 4th spot, probably down deeper in the top 10 or maybe even outside of the top 10. Tyler Young, another young great race car driver, having a great season. And Cameron Haley, now here's a guy that I would not be surprised is in the top 5 in points. He was strong last year, and Cameron Haley, racer out of Canada, he is doing a nice job. But it is so neat to see the young talent in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and a guy like Kligerman, who had a shot a few years ago, get another crack at it and prove their skills and prove their worth. It is some great racing in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I can't wait for a few more weeks. We get to see him at Kansas coming up in the first part of May. Final question this week, Busch Light Cup Series. I love this one too. You sent it in before the race at Martinsville. Will A.J. Allmendinger do better at different tracks? Yes. AJ even proved that. He answered your question before I could answer your question. And here's the thing I like about where AJ is. The last 2 races, no road courses, no super speedways. We're talking the 2-mile track at Auto Club Speedway and the half-mile at Martinsville. AJ Allmendinger has an 8th place run at Fontana, a 2nd place run at Martinsville. Intermediate strength, short track strength, and I think where the Richard Childress Racing Team is getting better, I think A.J. Allmendinger in that 47 car is getting as much, if not more, out of it than a couple of the RCR teams. If that RCR program continues to get better, that is going to yield great results for A.J. Allmendinger, and yes, I think we might be talking A.J. Allmendinger race winner, and it may be beyond Sonoma and Watkins Glen, and hey, he could sweep those 2 as well. I think big things are going on at A.J. Allmendinger's team, the JTG Doherty Racing Team, and yes, to your question, yes, he will run and is running better at different tracks. Thanks for that question there, and again, those questions right down below, type them in, and who knows, maybe we'll answer your question next time here on the Diecast Review Show. This weekend, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series rolls to Texas, and it does not seem possible that we have raced in Texas 30 times. Track opened up in 1997. We went a while there with 1 race a year. Jeff Burton won the inaugural race back in 97. Then in 2005, a 2nd date was added, and it's been 2 races a year at Texas. Not a shocker, Jimmy Johnson. We talk about this every week. What track doesn't he have the most wins at? And Texas, you want to talk about stranglehold. He has won 5 of the last 7 races at Texas Motor Speedway, and he has run the last 3 races there. So Jimmy Johnson going to be tough there this weekend. Carl Edwards is a 3-time winner. Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, and Matt Kenseth each have 2 wins at Texas. And Joey Logano, Casey Kane, Ryan Newman, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, and Kurt Busch are all lone race winners. So a lot of winners down at Texas, and who will it be this weekend? Now that gets to our question of the week. This week's race at Texas is a Saturday night special, under the lights. Our question, type the answer down below. Do you like Saturday night or Sunday afternoon racing, and why? Again, our question of the week, Saturday night or Sunday afternoon racing, what's your preference and why? Give us those answers. We'll offer up our opinion as well on the comment section down below. We're so glad you joined us at Plan B Sales, doing business with us. We love that you buy your diecast and all your collectible needs through us. We love that you tune into this diecast review show. Austin Dillon, our featured driver, we've got his and so many other cars. Race-winning diecast. Make sure you pre-order this season. That's become so important, and so many great things going on here at Plan B Sales. And we're glad you've chosen to watch the diecast review show here on YouTube. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at Plan B Sales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.